What is an idea? An idea is a mental picture. It's only visible to one person, however, until he communicates his idea to others. He can make a speech about his mental picture. He could also write a book about it. Or better yet, he can actually show them a sketch or diagram. But if he hasn't learned to sketch out his ideas, chances are they'll remain trapped in his imagination. On the other hand, if he makes his idea visible to others, they will see, understand, and help make it become a reality. Yes, those who have learned drafting can put their ideas on paper, analyze, develop, and improve them. A housewife, for example, may decide her home needs another room. If she can show the carpenter her ideas on paper, the amount and cost of materials can be estimated accurately, and she can be pretty sure the room will turn out just as she pictured it. But without a clear picture, an enthusiastic carpenter just might supply his own idea. Suppose an auto buff wants to modify the exhaust system of his car. He could waste a lot of time and money using the trial and error method. Or he can draft his ideas on paper, then choose the best one. Drafting belongs to the employee in an industrial plant, the man in military service, the white-collar worker, the retired businessman, the housewife, as well as the young man in school. If the old saying, "One picture is worth 10,000 words," is true, the person with drafting ability commands an astounding vocabulary indeed. No matter where you go in the world, a wheel, for example, is always a wheel. And of course, everyone knows a rose is always a rose. How can you learn to communicate in this visual language? This is a basic course in drafting offered by most high schools. First, you'll learn to use some of the tools of drafting. The most important tool is your pencil. You'll develop the ability to do freehand sketching. Through drawing, you'll be able to describe visually the size and shape of just about any object. You'll start becoming fluent in this new visual language. You'll learn to read it and write it. Did you ever stop to think how a transistor radio is manufactured? A lot of this kind of reading and writing goes into the planning of it. The same kind of planning goes into a complex computer. A racing car wouldn't get far if its electrical system wasn't carefully planned. Even a doorbell has a circuit diagram. Whether it's doorbells or computers, electrical systems must be housed in something. Often these enclosures are made of sheet metal. From housing electronic components to building an airplane, you must have sheet metal drafting. This kind of map shows the location of rivers and hills, their altitude and degree of slope, and sometimes the type of soil. Freeways, pipelines, buildings, anything built on the ground could hardly be planned or constructed without civil drafting. Electronic drafting is the mapping out of electrical circuits. It is basic to the invention or design of anything powered by electricity. Without electronic drafting, complex equipment used in television broadcasting would never exist. And to maintain and operate this equipment at the TV station, you have to know how to read the schematics or diagrams. Whether you plan to open your own TV repair shop or work in television broadcasting, reading and writing electronics will be a must. Sometimes a drawing or blueprint is not enough. An architect's client, for example, can't always visualize what he's paying for from blueprints. A model gives both client and architect a preview of the finished project. Model building is important in developing engineering and visual concepts in many industries. Every new aircraft design since the Wright brothers has required the talents of draftsmen. Drafting has been an important part of the history and evolution of aircraft. An engineering test pilot has to be able to read the blueprints of his plane. Perhaps you will want a career in the aerospace industry. Whether you choose a career in architecture or engineering, structural drafting is a basic requirement. Through structural drafting, you'll learn some of the characteristics of steel, concrete, and wood, and their uses in construction. And in most construction projects, you will find pipes. Where there are pipes, there must be careful planning. This planning is called piping drafting. Knowing where the pipes will go is as vital to the building of a new high school as it is to the construction of an entire oil refinery. perhaps there'll be a job for you in the oil industry. Many businesses rely on charts and graphs in planning their future. Charts showing important relationships between manufacturing methods and output, business outlook, or employment forecasts serve as a visual history. The making of these charts and graphs is called statistical drafting. How many industries do you think might need statistical draftsmen? For architects, engineers, and designers in any phase of industry, visual communication, or drafting, is a necessary professional language. You can learn this professional language. All high schools teach it. Everything that is manufactured has to be drafted. There will always be a need for draftsmen. Drafting skills open the way to many career possibilities.